Hi, welcome back to another episode of Figs Talks Fights. I'm your host, Brian Figueredo, and today we're going to get into Israel Adesanya versus Yoel Romero. Now, the last few fight cards, I've been wanting to make a fight reaction to it, but with daylight savings time happening and me losing an hour's sleep, and this fight just pretty much putting me to sleep, I think I just woke up now, so let's talk about it. So Israel Adesanya defends his UFC middleweight title that took place on Saturday, March the 7th at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, winning a unanimous decision on the scorecards 48-47, 48-47, and 49-46. Kind of sounds like Israel Adesanya ran away with this one, right? Well, he won the fight. But holy shit, this fight sucked. But did it suck as bad as I initially thought? I mean, I did rewatch it a couple of times since then. So, let's get into it. All right. So, this fight starts with, before the fight starts, it's actually some interesting walkouts. Israel Adesanya, he's a showman and he's putting on a performance even before he gets in the cage. And I'm pretty sure he had some intentions of putting on a performance in the cage. I think Yoel Romero had thoughts otherwise. Now, a lot of people I've seen on the internet are half putting the blame on Israel Adesanya. The other half of the people are putting the blame on Yoel Romero. Look, I'm leaning towards Yoel Romero, putting it somewhere in the middle. So, let's talk about it a little. So, this fight opens up, okay? And Israel Adesanya comes to the center as normal. He's looking to move his hips, show a couple of feints, feint his hands, move his head around, change angles, and Yoel Romero literally just does this. Israel is moving on the angle here. Yoel Romero just stays there, covering up, doing fucking nothing. All right, look. It's a 25-minute fight. Okay, Yoel Romero, even though he's a heavy-duty truck, okay, he's running with a gas tank for like a Toyota Corolla. Okay, he still has the power of a heavy-duty Hemi truck, but the gas tank of a freaking Japanese economy freaking commuting car. All right? He's going to hang on to some steam for a while. But how long do you need to hold on to some steam for? The first round happened. At the end of it, I think these guys combined through maybe less than 10 strikes. At the end of that round, it's like, who the hell did you score it for? I couldn't tell you who won the first round, but I can tell you who didn't was the fans. Anybody that stayed at home paying their hard-earned money to watch the pay-per-view or actually got tickets to fly to Las Vegas and watch the fight live, holy shit, I do not blame them for being pissed off, especially considering the Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Zhang Weili fight that took place before it. And holy shit, that was an incredible fight. I'll do a whole separate video explaining that one. But let's keep talking about this one for a sec. Look, it's hard to make a fight happen if people do not want to engage, okay? This was one of the most anti-fight fights that I've seen, probably going back since UFC 97, Anderson Silva versus Thales Leites, okay? And that's just because Thales Leites was simply outmatched. I don't think Yoel Romero was outmatched in this fight. He just really didn't want to let go, didn't want to take any chances. And Israel Adesanya, did he have a conservative game plan? Yes, okay? Yoel Romero has a back of a fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and I'm pretty sure if he explodes on anybody, he can put anybody's lights out. But he needs to let it go, okay? Could you imagine Yoel Romero with the mindset of a Justin Gaethje? I really think this guy could go up to heavyweight and put anybody away. Just getting it after it like that, like Justin Gaethje does. Gaethje goes into fights going, look, I already accepted I'm going to get knocked out. So I've already accepted the worst outcome, so I'm just going to go for it. If Yoel Romero would have stuck to that game plan, he would be your new middleweight champion. Possibly. Maybe Israel Adesanya would have survived the onslaughts, but shit. Even for the little times that Yoel Romero exploded in that fight, okay, he had Izzy worried and moving the hell out of the way. Did he have him running like he was claiming after the fight? Look, I saw way more energy out of Yoel Romero after the fight, bitching about the fight, than him actually in the fight. So getting back to that fight, okay, it was terrible. I can't defend it. Now, I will come up here and I will defend strategy from fighters till the fucking death. I will defend technique and game plans, fighting smart till the fucking death, okay? I'm not a big, look, I like to watch a brawl every once in a while, but I'm not one of these guys that wants to look at two guys at freaking last call throwing fucking haymakers because they bumped into each other and, you want to go, bro? I'm not into that shit. Maybe some of the crowd wanted it, okay? But like I said, their boos were warranted, all right? Now, I also saw people complaining about Dan Miragliotta, and so was the broadcast. Joe Rogan was asking, why is Dan Miragliotta saying something? He was talking to both of them before the beginning of the 4th round and said, look, guys, you're getting paid for a championship fight here. Give the judges something to judge. And in the beginning of the 4th round, if the whole fight would have looked this way, I'm telling you, nobody would have complained. They actually got after it. And then Joe Rogan kept commentating saying, look, he's encouraging them. He's encouraging them to keep going. Look, it's part of the unified rules. Timidity is against the rules. And if I have a problem with anything Dan Miragliotta said to these two guys, it's that he said it 2.5 rounds too late. I get it. Give him the 1st round to feel it out. This is a high-stakes fight with two guys who are capable of putting each other out at any point in time. But it was too fucking much. It is literally, look at the unified rules of mixed martial arts. Okay? Timidity, not engaging in a fight, spitting out your mouthpiece or trying to run away. That's a point deduction or even worth a DQ. Happened way too late. Way too late. You should have been saying some of these guys within the first 2 minutes. Come on, let's get after it. We're here to fight. Okay? You had the press conference and the weigh-ins to stare down at each other. Enough of this shit. Okay? Now, there was some brilliance in this fight as well. If you looked in the 3rd round, Yoel Romero, okay, and I'm wondering what a judge would have thought looking at Israel Adesanya's back, but to the point, Yoel Romero threw one of his overhand lefts that started from the other side of the cage and freaking went to the other side. If you watched the way Israel Adesanya rolled with this shot, holy shit, incredible, incredible. It looked like something out of the Matrix where literally the punch was following him along and he dipped all the way side. His head was almost parallel with his hip just to get out of the way of this shot. I said in the pre-fight that I was a little worried about Israel Adesanya pulling a little bit too back. Yoel Romero took zero advantage of that in this fight. Now, it may sound like I'm hating on Yoel Romero a little bit here, and it's because I kind of fucking am. I've been watching this guy fight since he came into Strikeforce, and I'm sick of bullshit happening in his fights, okay? Anytime a fighter takes a low blow or a poke to the eye, I'll defend him to the death. Take your time. Take your time. The statistics of somebody coming back after a foul and actually winning the fight is astronomical. I don't know it off by hand, but it's something. It's got to be less than 5%, and I think I'm being very conservative stating this. But when Yoel Romero got poked in the eye, I'm not going to lie, I'm sitting here yelling at the fucking TV that he's playing. Did I think he got hurt? Yes, but I think he was playing it up. You have Dan Miragliotta asking him, do you want to see a doctor? Yes, yes, yes. The doctor comes in and he changes his tone immediately. No, I'm okay. Let's continue to fight, continue to fight. And as soon as the fight restarts, what the fuck do you think happened? It was like one of maybe his 3 explosions in the entire fight. Him getting after Izzy, okay, and Izzy wisely evading it, okay? Yoel Romero, I believe, shot 3 takedowns in this fight as well. A couple of them were successful, but goddamn, Izzy can just get back to his feet. You got to give him a lot of props on that, okay? Yoel Romero, I know he was a freestyle silver medalist in the 2000 Olympics, but I mean, I do not think his game for wrestling is based on control. It's based on explosion, takedown, get your point, and then avoid the rest of the match, okay? Chael Sonnen talks about it all the time, about how the Cuban wrestlers work, okay? They just want to get 1 point on you, and then they anti-fight from there. It really showed in this fight. And this is incredible coming off of the Yoel Romero versus Paulo Costa fight that happened in August of 2019. That fight was a war. It was incredible. Both those guys engaged, and Paulo Costa, Bahushinya, the Eraser, he fucking brings it. And he's going to be up next for Israel Adesanya. And I think if Israel Adesanya can get past that beast of a man, everyone's going to forget that this fight even happened. As for what's next for Yoel Romero, he's saying he wants to fight another 10 years until he's 52. Look, he's 42. He's in better shape than most of the 20-year-olds I've freaking met. Maybe he can do it. But as far as getting another title shot, he's going to have to go on like a record 4-5 fight winning streak in spectacular fashion. This was his 4th opportunity for a championship, okay? First, the interim title against Robert Whittaker. Lost, okay? The second, the interim title against Luke Rockhold. He misses fucking weight and then wins the fight. So now he's in a #1 contender spot to take on Robert Whittaker again for the undisputed title, which he took the first 3 rounds off because he said he doesn't have the gas for 5 rounds and lost the fight. I understand if you wanted to score that for Yoel Romero, fine, fair, but it didn't happen. This was his 4th opportunity. Get after it, man. Get after it. If Yoel Romero would have ended up getting knocked out by Israel Adesanya, he would have far more stock left moving forward in a loss in an incredible fight than he did taking this fight and just risking it on the judges' scorecards, okay? Now, when it came to the scorecards and the fight was over, Romero was completely confident and got in Israel Adesanya's face and started yelling at him immediately. Where the hell was that energy the last 25 minutes? I mean, we were waiting for it. The commentators were waiting for it. Even if you listen to the end of the first round, Joe Rogan and Daniel Cormier, hey, it's going to warm up. It's going to warm up, guys. It has to. Then Rogan goes, we shouldn't have said that. You're right. You shouldn't have. Okay? It was going to suck anyways, no matter what you said. But damn. Look, there was some brilliance in this fight. If you're a nerd like myself that wants to watch back and see some evasive techniques that Israel Adesanya put on, okay? Some of those slips that he was doing, some of the ways he was setting up leg kicks so that Yoel Romero couldn't see it coming, and they kept coming and coming. And that's what I thought was the difference in winning the fight or not, right? Go back and watch it, okay? It was not as boring as you may have thought it was live. And once again, I really do think the Zhang Weili fight and Joanna Jędrzejczyk, that is by far the best women's fight I've ever seen. That's kicking any Julie Kedzie fight off the mantle, all right? Wow, incredible. And as far as the UFC, I mean, maybe Miesha Tate and Holly Holm might have lived up to it, but just incredible, incredible. We'll talk about that another time, so look out for that video coming. So, yep, this fight did suck. Didn't suck as bad as I thought the second and third time watching, but still, you know, hopefully Izzy can get back out there, get a good title defense against Paulo Costa, and we'll all forget about it. If you enjoyed the content today, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you watching very much.